We are Hubdrive. Our vision is to empower people and organizations in HR management.
Hello and welcome everybody to our webinar Time and Attendance in Dynamics 365. My name is Michael Dill. I will be the host for the next 30 minutes, and I'm very excited that you are all here and join us for this session. Here you can see my contact details. So if you want to connect, please do not hesitate. We also record this webinar, so you do not have to write or type everything down right now. You can just watch the recording when we send it to you afterwards, and then you can find out my details once again. As we only have 30 minutes, let's directly have a look at the agenda and what we are going to do today with you. After my warm welcome, I will hand over to my colleague, to our expert, Nina Raposo, and Nina will guide you through the next 2 points. She will introduce you to time and attendance in a general way, in a more theoretical way. It's about the framing, as to say, when it comes to law and regulations and stuff like that. But it's also the framing when it comes to what companies expect from a software or from a solution, what employees expect, and what a solution should offer and what we can offer. And after that, we will have a solution walkthrough. That means Nina will show you how our solution looks like, so you get a really good feeling and you see how it could be using our software and what the benefits would be for you, because this is one of the aims of this webinar, that you understand how our software is working and how it could be beneficial for you and your company. And at the end, we will have a question and answer session. You can write your questions and ask your questions all the time via the chat. And at the end, we will answer them. Okay, then let's start. And I'm handing over to Nina. Nina, have fun.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nina Raposo. I am the North American Market Sales Manager here at Hubdrive, and I'm glad you could join us tonight for our webinar on time and attendance. First, we will talk about law and regulations. Then I'm going to show you multiple ways you can track time and attendance with our solution, and then I will show you how to do that in Microsoft Teams. Legislation regulates rights and obligations of employers. As an employer, one of the most important responsibility is complying with federal and state labor laws. There are many important laws regarding HR that you should be aware of, but few are as important as it comes to the laws regarding time and attendance. In Europe, we have a lot stricter laws when it comes to time and attendance. We have seen the US follow suit as things are changing right now, and the legislation in America is really focusing on time and attendance issues. We have recently seen this by the laws passed in California as well as Washington, so this is certainly a current issue. Our solution is designed to make it easier for you to keep up with the latest rules, ensuring that your business stays compliant with the new rules at all times. This includes compliance with Fair Labor and Standard Acts, FASLA, which serves to protect hours, wages, overtime rules for employees, and it should be monitored and easy to access. We see this not only as a duty and obligation for employers, but we see this as a chance. We look at this positive way to make way for digitalization and automating your work processes. So why not make this process easy and simple with the help of our software solution, with HR for Dynamics, we can offer you innovative ways to connect and simplify processes, increase your productivity, save headaches, time, and cost. And as a result, you're going to end up with more satisfied employees. Our solution will provide you with peace of mind so you can focus on running your business smoothly. As we see this as a chance, because there are different requirements and demand you can fulfill easily with digital HR solution that we provide to you. With our time and attendance module, you can track your employees' working hours from any location, whether you're in the office, working from home, or you're traveling. With the virtual time clock, you can log in and track your hours from anywhere, including vacation times and overtime hours, as well as connecting directly to allocated hours. The device that you use does not matter. Like, you can use it from a mobile phone, you can use it in Teams, or you can do it in your browser. This does not mean that you can't stick with a token or a manual time clock, but you no longer need a token because you can just clock in and out from anywhere. Not only that, you can also time track in various formats, including from a tablet. It makes it really easy to get an immediate overview of all your employee working hours, as well as seeing all of the data analysis for easy tracking for all managers. The last thing I want to mention is, which is why you're here, that you can use everything the same way in Teams as well. Our team time and attendance module integrates with Microsoft Teams, allowing your employees to track time right alongside their regular chats and meetings. Plus, administration and evaluation can be carried out within Microsoft Teams, so there's no need to learn any additional program or learn a new password, because you can just use your Windows password to use our solution from anywhere, anytime, including in Teams. We have virtual time clock for tracking from any device. There's automatic checkout and manual adjustment by HR supervisors or employees. There's real-time reports and evaluations. We have diagrams and tables for immediate overview, and so much more. It also syncs across all the platforms. So once you make a data entry to any of these instances, it will show up in all other places that are connected with your credentials. So let's get right into the live presentation at this point. When you enter the time and attendance module, you see this virtual time clock dashboard right here. This is filed right here under the time and attendance spot in our software. When you come over here, you can clock in. You can also start remote work. So you're using the same interface, regardless if you're working offsite or on-site, or if you're working from your home office, as many people like to do nowadays. Each time you clock in or out, including breaks, you will have an entry here in this field. These are my timestamps for today. Underneath this, you see another area where you would see a weekly overview for each week that the employee has been in attendance. You also have another view right here. This is for each day, giving you a summary of the hours, as well as the break hours and the gross hours. The same data is represented visually here on the left with these blue bars for time attended and orange for the breaks. So you can see right now, as I'm hovering over this, everything in our solution is completely, You can drill down on everything. It's interactive. And this is basically how it would come straight out of the box. So if you do not want these 5 modules right here, these 5 visualizations, these 5 data points, then you can select something else and you can just customize the solution easy per drag and drop yourself. So I will demonstrate for you what it would look like when your employee arrives at work. They just press on this if they're doing it on their mobile phone, or they can do it on the app. They can do it from home. They can do it in Teams, which I will show you in just a minute. So now you can see this is updating. And as soon as we are clocked in, these fields are grayed out now because these are all related to ending the workday. And this system is very intelligent. So it knows that as soon as the employee is clocked in, there will no, like you cannot hit start twice because that just doesn't make sense. And you will also see that it immediately updates the data over here. So let's see. Okay, there we go. I guess I was out on a very long break today with this employee. So it just put the data in there, and now that it's updated, so the other fields are grayed out because you can only start, break, and end work at this point. So when we come over here, I'll just demonstrate this again. This employer is clocked in. You see 3 entries right here, and you see the different colored bars, the visualization down here. So if you end work on this one, maybe this one responded a little bit faster. That's now there's 4 right here, and this also updated automatically. The thing I want to show you next is over here under time and attendance. We're looking at the virtual time clock. You also have the attendance. You have daily summaries right here, as well as the weekly timesheets and the monthly time summaries. I will just go ahead and open that up to show you the data that is right here to be displayed. You can export this into Excel. You can send this right to any software that you are using for payroll preparation. And you can also, if you want to import data into the system, you can use this field right next to it to populate your data that you already have on hand right from Excel. So you're using all of the programs that you are used to, your familiar work environment, without having to learn a new software. So here we can see that first the employee's name, it's highlighted in blue because it is linked. So everything is interactive, everything is connected in our software. You could click on this right now and just get more information about the employee. And that is basically how the entire system works. We see the start date, the end date, months and year. This is for 1 month. Here the allocated hours were 176. Attendant hours were only 162, so we have an overtime of -14 hours in this month of June 2021. You could also put approved and working hours. Of course, like everything else, you can adjust it to your needs. We're going to close this out over here, and we're going to come over to the supervisor view. So as you can see, I'm now logged in as the supervisor. It's the same thing, attendance, daily summary, timesheets, time summaries, but the supervisor also has a dashboard that will show you live which employees are currently logged in and which employees, how many, in the last couple of days. So this is just a demo system. I only have 3 employees, but if you have many, many employees, this will very soon get a bit convoluted, and you are keeping track, so you can have this other field over here, which we have put there out of the box. As I said earlier, like you can change all of this to customize it just as you need it. This is active attendance with correction required. So just imagine you don't have 3 people who only work 2 days. You have, I don't know, a company of 200 people, and you have to now pay attention to somebody maybe forgot to clock out. The system is intelligent. It will tell you over here in the smaller version that somebody needs a correction, and then you can just address these items right here, and you don't have to scroll through the whole list. The next thing we have put down here right of the box is the leave requests for your team, so you can approve them right here. You also have leave summaries, which is the vacation of my team. And you also have the sick leaves, which we have displayed here with this nice bar chart with different colors. But of course, you could display any other data here. You can also use Power BI in our system, so you can do advanced analysis as well. So I'm just going to leave this up here and bring over something else I have prepared for you to show you just how easy it is. So I'm just going to make this a little smaller so that you can see. Okay, basically, I'm in the Teams window now. I'm in my chat here, where I'm usually at work. I'm doing my meetings. I'm talking to my manager, and she says, just hop on over into the system. And right within Teams, I can just go on Dynamics 365, and you will recognize that it looks exactly the same. So there's no need to learn a new program at all. You can just work in your familiar environment. I'm also using the online version of Teams here. You could use the app if it's downloaded on your computer, but sometimes you are just, you're traveling, like you're in a hotel, something like that, and you just don't have the app downloaded or available to you, so you can just go ahead and do it online as well. But as you can see, it's exactly the same thing, just like in the app. So I'm just going to maximize this to make it a little easier to see, but the functionality remains the same. You also have your Power BI integrated right here, your Excel import, export. You can use templates. You can make your own templates and upload them. So the endless possibilities, really. We're going to go ahead and make a leave request now in our Teams app here. So this is what it would look like if you're using Dynamics 365 Business Platform. You may be familiar with these business process flows. We are now in the Enter Leave stage here. We're going to select vacation. Again, of course, you can adjust this. We'll have a vacation day. Let's do the 15th of, let's do the 17th of March. I want to have a day off to celebrate on that day. I'm going to make it an all-day event, but I could select just the start of the day or the end of the day. But just to be simple, we'll just do the 17th of March. You can leave a comment here for your manager, like, oh, I'd really like to have St. Patrick's Day off. And then you just save it as a draft. Once it's saved, you're going to see some additional information over here. It will tell you 2 very important things. Once, it's going to give you a summary of your PTO left down here, as well as an absence calendar. So I just come down here, and there's my vacation days. I can check if that's okay that I take another vacation day. I can see the day that I requested here in green. I also see the rest of my team. These are Saturdays and Sundays, so usually people are out of the office these days. I can see grayed out that one other person, this guy Scott, he's got that day off, the 17th of March. Now it's grayed out because I don't know if he's got a vacation day. He might have a sick leave scheduled. It's none of my business as another employee, so it's just grayed out. I just see that they're not there. but it's just for me a nice thing to plan. So now we're on drafts here. We can verify, okay, that looks good. Plenty of people in the office, plenty of days left. Gonna go ahead and submit this to my supervisor right now. So now that I have submitted this, you see that the business process flow jumped right over to approval. And it also tells you less than 1 minute. So this is active for 1 minute. And it will always tell you. So when the supervisor looks at it, he or she knows this has been, this person has been waiting a couple of days, a couple hours, etc. What I'm bringing into the window right now is another Teams. And this is the supervisor of this particular employee. I'm also here on the leave request panel over here. And I'm just gonna sort it from newer to older. Of course, as I showed you, you could also do this in your dashboard as well. So there you go. It's already there. This is, I was in this other window before, and now I'm in this new window, in the supervisor view. So it's already there. It's immediately connected. I go ahead and open this up. Okay. I can see he wants the 17th of March off. I can also see how many days he's got left to take paid time off. And I can also see the calendar right there. And so I can immediately make a decision. I can click on here. Now I have to make a decision, either approve or reject. And I'm going to go ahead and approve it. And click on finish. And now this bar is green. Up here says approved. So the person is good to go. And that concludes our live presentation. If you have any questions, as Michael said, of course, you should put them in the chat at any time. So we'll be so happy to answer them for you. Let me just minimize this to go back to a couple of highlights. We are offering a complete time and attendance solution for time and attendance. This includes leave absence, vacation days, etc. We have the integrated time control functions here. We got time accounts and overtime hours, so you can connect it to the allocated hours and count. And you can also set up specifically, you can have like a bank account, but it's a time account. So you could collect minutes, you could collect hours, you can put thresholds, like when it should start saving time. And you can totally set that up yourself to your needs. You have your current employee attendance via real-time dashboards. Which I showed you. Sorry, I just got to notice that my mic is muted. Can you hear me? Good, okay. All right, so like I showed you the daily, weekly, monthly, and annual overviews. All of it, you can direct it right to your accounting department or your accountant. You can transfer times to payroll that way. You have the option to automatically book out, which is also very important for compliance. Like, for example, where I work in Germany, I'm only legally allowed to work 10 hours a day, but knowing myself, I often forget to clock out at the end of the night. So the system will send my manager a message that a correction is required on my behalf, and it will just clock me out at that point. You also have the integration to Teams Shift for easy shift planning if this is something you do in your company. Okay, so I will hand it over to Michael at this point. Thanks everybody for paying attention, and I'm looking forward to your questions.
Yeah, thank you, Nina, very much for this walkthrough and these explanations. I think you really got a good overview of what our system can do, how it can be beneficial for you, and how this HR digitization is really a chance. Is something we are believing in, and we think we can really put this together for you so that you can optimize your processes, and you can have better working performances, all of that. This is what our customers are saying to us, and this is what we ourselves experience, because we're using, of course, our system as well. Okay, so let's have a look at the questions. We got some questions here. We will answer them, of course. First one is from Sarah. She said, who can make time adjustments to an employee, the supervisor, or just someone from HR? I can answer that as I am a supervisor as well. It depends how you want to set it up for your company. So you can define the rules. We here at Hubdrive, we do it like that the supervisor and somebody from HR are able to adjust your time. But that's how you want to set it up. Justin wants to know, are there interfaces to manual time clocks? I can take this over as well. As Nina told, yeah, there are interfaces to manual time clocks. We are working together with 2 manufacturers where you have manual time clocks, because we also do have 2 manual time clocks here in our building. So it's no problem, because they're directly connected, and it doesn't matter whether you clock in manual or you clock out digitally, so it doesn't matter, obviously. Emma wants to know which benefits has the TNA solution for employees that work remote in home office. I mean, it's quite obvious that to use everything like you used to do, it doesn't matter whether you're at the office or not, you will still have the same environment. Everything is the same, as you can use the app, you can use the browser, you can use Teams, whether you're at the office or at home, and you have the possibility to do all that stuff and to clock in, to clock out. So these are truly the benefits, that you can use it everywhere, almost everywhere you want. Ryan is asking, how will the supervisor be notified about a leave request? As Nina told us, either you have your dashboard where you can see the leave request entries, or you will receive an email. I receive emails because everything is seamlessly integrated with Outlook, for example. So I will receive an email. I can directly click in the email and can say, yeah, everything is guaranteed. Then the process also progresses here. So that's it comes in quite handy. So I think this is something, and right now we answered all your questions. So thank you once more for your attention, and I hope you have a really good insight now of our solution. And if you want to have an even deeper and closer look, we are more than happy to do a one-on-one with you, to make improvement calls and stuff, how we call that. So if you are interested, please let us know. Please write us at sales@hubdrive.com, and we will get in contact, and we will make an appointment, and we can answer your questions or your demands for your company, for example. In the after this webinar, we will send you an email where you have the recording of the webinar, but you will also have a form where we ask for your feedback so that we can improve. And of course, there we also link you, give you links where you can reach out to us and get in contact to us. We will be happy to do so. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you, everybody, once again for joining. And yeah, have a perfect day. In Germany, we will say have a nice evening, because we are almost to 6 o'clock in the evening. But I think you guys have the day before you, so enjoy your day. Bye-bye. Thank you, Nina, of course, for guiding us through all that. I highly appreciate that. And yeah, see you and hear you hopefully soon. Bye-bye.